Hello everyone, welcome to a step-by-step guide of NomaPOS. To come to this page, just go to Google and type NomaPOS, and then you click the first link, NomaPOS. Then you come here you can go to the live demo or register for free. Let's just go the app now directly. In here now we can create an account, but before that you can install the app from here or just go to your tab and install, but we will install later. So let me provide my credentials to sign up. So I provided my credentials. Now let me sign up. So once I sign up, an email verification link will be sent. So if you receive that email verification link, just click that email verification link and then refresh the app. If you haven't received the email verification, just go to your profile and then on this button, just click verify, and then the verification link will be resent to you again. Then you can click that and then refresh your application to verify your email. So now I verified my email on my phone, and let me just refresh it. Now I refreshed it, and now let me just install this as a desktop application. To do that, I can just click here, install NomaPOS, or I can again directly go to the browser tab to install. Let me install from the side nav and then install. Now I have the desktop version of NomaPOS. Once I have the desktop version, now I can continue to setting up my store. So I can just click on Set Up Your Store and then provide the details here, the store name, email, and etc. And make sure the email is unique. This will be used to access the store by the users you're going to add later. If any other person wants to access your store, you have to provide them the store email and their credentials. Now we can add products to our store. Let's just add a product. I will just add a test product. So let me add a product. I provide the product title and all other details. So I provided all the product title. I don't have a category now, but I will add later the buying price, selling price, the quantity, and everything else. The product's barcode scanner. This is used to identify the product. When using the POS scanner, you can scan your product to fill this field. So just add the product now. Once I have added the product, I can see it here. I have added this product, the quantity is 50. I can restock this product, edit, delete, everything. Let's add some categories, then a second test product. I will just call that category 1. Also, I can add products from this button or the side nav. So let me add on the second product. Now I can select the category, so I filled it with random details. And now let me add. Once I add, I see there is no active subscription because I haven't started my 7-day free trial. You can start your 7-day free trial and you will not be charged during the trial period. You can cancel the subscription within the 7 days and you will not be charged. So I can start my free trial, or I can come to the billing and click create subscription, and here I can select the plan I want. For example, let me go with this basic plan. It will create a subscription, then redirect me. Now once you are here, again, it's 7-day free trial. You will not be charged and you can cancel within these 7 days without getting charged. You can provide your credentials and now start your trial and your trial will begin. So let me pause, I already did this. Now I will go back. I will switch to an account where I already created a subscription and I have more products. So let me log out and log into another account that I have everything set up. So let me log in with another account. So I have logged in with another account. I have more products here. I have an active subscription, and now we can use this account for the tutorial. I have enough products in this account. So for the categories, I have these categories. For the payment option, I have these payment options. And NomaPOS is a standalone POS, so these payment options are just for analytics. So let's come to the dashboard and see how we can process orders or invoices. You can just click the product to select it. Then you can increase or decrease the quantity by just clicking on Add or Subtract. You can also edit the quantity directly in the cart, and it will reflect on this side. Also here, directly in the product card, you can just type the quantity you want. so you can change it from multiple areas. You can also just tap to add product and tap it again to remove a product, or you can just remove it from the cart. Just click that remove icon and you're able to remove it. Now we are going to come back to these add-ons and deductions, these other details. Let me just place the order. Once you place the order, you can track these sales. You can go to the recent sales tables and you're able to see all these sales. For example, that is the sale we just made. Let's make another sale. I just select some random products. I can now add an add-on. This will be added to this invoice or this sale. I can provide a random number. You can add more add-ons, but let me just do it with that one only. Or you can add multiple deductions. For example, let me add a discount. And maybe I give it to 7.19 discount. You can also add other deductions, but let's just have this one for now. Let's continue. Now I have here VAT set up as 10%, but if you don't want, you can remove it, you can set it to 0. Now let's select a payment method. Let me select cash, and now you can select a customer. And now if you want to allow partial payment for this customer, you can just select that. For example, let me say this one paid $130 and has a balance of $200. And now I can just click Process Order. Once you place the order, you can go again to recent sales tables to see that. And now this is the sale, the invoice we created. It has an outstanding balance of $200, and that is for this customer. So if you go to now Customer Records and select the customer, you will see that invoice is going to appear in his record. And here it is again, $200. So let's continue. Let's go to the dashboard and let's continue. I want to show you one more feature. Let me select some random products. If some customers are not ready, you can directly queue their orders so that your customers don't have to wait in line. If one is not ready, you can just queue it. Even you can queue multiple orders. Let me again queue another one. I can add it to the queue. I can select another product and again add it to queue. Once I open the queue, I can see all the queued orders that haven't been processed yet. I can just return it to cart and then directly process it. Once the customer is ready, I can return it to the cart and process it. Or if he doesn't take the order and leaves, you can just remove it from the queued order. So it's simple as that. You can filter these products based on the categories tabs here, or you can just type the product details in the search bar, and then you are able to select your products. Now let's go to products once more. Here I can select this product, energy drinks. Here in the product page, I can see everything about the product, the buying price, the selling price, the quantity. The quantity that's currently in stock is 291, and I can edit this product, or I can restock this product. Let me restock. For example, I have 291 in the store now. I can add 4. Once I add 4, now it will be 295 total quantity, meaning the store now will be 295. 4 I added now restocked it, and 291 was from the past stock. You can track the sales or invoices that contain this product. It will appear down here. For the last 7 days, for example, I have only one invoice containing this product. These are the products now you can see. The product title, the stats, buying price, the selling price you want to sell, the quantity sold, and everything else. Now let's come to the sales tables. Here we see sales of the last 7 days, but you can select this month or a custom date range. You're going to see it. You're able to access the sales from any period of time you want. For example, for the last 7 days or this month, I have these sales. You can also select custom range. The starting date, you can select any date, and the end date you can select again, any date you want, and then fetch your sales data. You can just select any date you want and fetch your sales data easily. And for the sales, let's click this one. First, you're able to edit, delete, print it, or you can download it as an invoice. We're going to see printing later. Let's try editing now. For editing, you can edit, for example, change payment option, or you can add a product. Let's say, let me add an iPhone charger here, for example. I add the iPhone charger, I can increase the quantity, and then just save changes. Before you save, just give a reason for your edit so that everyone in the store can see why you edited this invoice. And once you edit, it automatically appears. You don't have to refresh the screen, and everything is just in real time. You can also download it as a PDF. And here it is, the invoice that I just downloaded. And then you can send this one, if you want, to your clients or your customers.
Now let's go to Customer Record. To add a customer, just click Add Customer, then provide the customer name and other credentials. For me, I already have these customers, so I will just select one of them. I have this customer, for example. For the last 7 days or even this month also, he only had one time he bought from us. Let's just add another invoice for this customer. Let me make, for example, here 25. So he has a balance of 30 and place order. If I come back to this customer record and select the customer, his invoice for the last 7 days are now only 2. In these 2, he has a total of 230 outstanding balance. That's 30 from this invoice and 200 from this. So you can edit or delete these customers, of course. Let's select one of these invoices. You can edit this invoice to clear the balance. You can just edit it, just make this one 330 for the full invoice, and then save changes, so the outstanding balance comes to 0. That is, if the customer paid that invoice. We will come back for settlements. Now let's go to Detailed Sales Tables. Detailed Sales Tables is just a sales table, but now it gives more details. For example, for every invoice, you're able to see the revenue you're getting from it, and the expected revenue that you are supposed to get from it, and if you click, you can go to the invoice and details. Now let's go to Sales Analytics. From here, this is just a demo store, I don't have enough data, but you are able to see how your store is performing visually. Here on the analytics, you are able to see for every day what is your store making and the trends in the charts. If you go to Product Analytics, you can see all your products, which products are best performing, which products are not being bought, and in a nice visual chart you can see it. For example, here I have potato chips being mostly bought and generating the highest revenue. Now you go to Profile. Let's go to Profile. From here, you are able to edit your information, mostly if you are the admin or store owner. You can edit your email or change password or notification settings. You can update your notification settings. You can also go to your sales profile. Once you go to your sales profile, you are able to see everything that this user, for example here the admin, have sold and sales tables and charts. Now let's go to the staff. Here we are going to see how to add users to the store and give them permissions. For example, I will add a user, I will give him a name, a username, and a password. For example, the full name, let me just call it Test. Then I can again make it Test, the password Test123. Oh, it's not 6 characters, so let's make it 6 characters, 123. Next, now you can give permissions, any permissions that you want, what this user will be able to do in the store. For example, he can't delete a product, he can't delete sales or invoices, and you can just give the permissions that you want. For example, he should not edit the store details. I don't want to give him permission to edit the store details, for example, or receive notifications. Once I am done, I just click on Finish. Once I finish, I will be able to see now here this test customer. And for him to access the store, we just give him the store email, his username, and password. That is it, and he will be able to log in and access the store. And you are able to see all his information. You can also easily update his information details by just clicking Edit, and you are able to edit his permissions, or everything. Now let's see this staff sales report. I don't have data for this current user, so here he has not sold anything this week and also this month. This is because this is just a store I just set up. but the owner has some sales. You can see for the last 7 days, he has generated about 2,000 in sales. That is from 11 invoices.
So let's now move on to the settings, store settings. Once I come to store settings, you can change the store name, store address, store email, phone number, and everything. Or you can also come here to the platform setting and change some configuration. For example, I don't want to enable deductions in the cart when someone is selling, and then I save. So if I go to the dashboard, now no one will be able to give deduction. You see, it is disabled because I disabled it in the settings. If I come to the settings again, go to platform settings and disable, for example, add amounts, let me also disable this one, price editing, and then save. No one will be able to add add-ons, provide a discount, or edit the price in the cart. You see, they are all disabled. Also, the price can't be edited. Let me just re-enable again, platform settings, and re-enable it. Let's also edit VAT. Let's just make it 0, and then save it. You can also change your currency. Now, let's save it. If I come to the dashboard now, I'll be able to add, make add-ons, edit the price, add deductions. VAT is also set to 0. I can edit the price, and let me just now place the order, Let's come back to the settings one more time. Here, I can also control how I want the nav bar to behave. I can fix it at the top or not. I can also change the theme to light or dark theme. You see, let me turn it to light theme and nav bar fixed. For thermal printing, it's easy. You just enable thermal printing and then you provide your paper width. Select printer type and also select printing method, USB or Bluetooth. But one thing, if you have USB printing, you make sure you have your USB thermal printer drivers set up, and that is easy. One example is just download Zadig, go to Options, Lists Devices, and then replace the driver for your printer. But for Bluetooth, you don't need any drivers. So you can also add extra information in the POS thermal receipt. For example, I can add, "Welcome to my store," or any other information you want to add into your POS receipts. You can just type it in here, and then save and test. Once you save, you will be able to see a test receipt being printed on your POS printer. For a scanner, simple. You just connect your scanner to your computer, and then use your scanner manual to set up your scanner. Very easy. Now, notifications. Now, there's no notification currently about this store, but you are able to turn on and off for the notification. Now let's come to settlements. Settlements, we can now generate settlement for the store or for the store users if you want to pay them based on their performance or sellings. For example, I selected a user here, and today for the date range, I can give the percentage earning. The total, for example, sold for this user is 1,370. I can give him, for example, how much he should earn, maybe 30% of the sales he made. And then he will earn 411, or like I want, I can give him 0 on the percentage earning. Give him a fixed basic salary, 300. This is if you want a user to earn a fixed amount, not based on his sales. You can also add deductions or add-ons. This will be then added or removed from his settlements. You can add extra amounts however you want, or you can add extra deductions. Let me remove them and generate settlements. It will be generated, and here it is. I'm able to access it. And again, you can edit, delete, or download as a PDF. Simple. Now let's come back to the dashboard. One more thing before I forget. You can come back to the contact, and if you are stuck or you need any help, you just write the subject and the message and submit. Then our support team will be able to contact you in a few hours or minutes. You can manage multiple stores. Easily, you can just select the store you want if you have multiple stores, or you can go and add a store if you want to add multiple stores, and then select the store that you want. So, that's it. If you have any other questions, we will be happy to assist you. Thanks, and have a nice day.